Big Z Reviews. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, is the third movie in the main Conjuring series, although I think there's a reason they didn't put a 3 on it. You know, because it was not directed by James Wan, and it is not as good as the first two.
The court accepts the existence of God every time a witness swears to tell the truth. I think it's about time they accept the existence of the devil.
Whatever is going on, whatever happened that day, that was not Arnie.
So the main Conjuring movies are some of my favorite horror movies. I think it was Conjuring 2 might have been one of the first movies I reviewed on YouTube. And I'll always return to them because I love them. And this is the continuation of Ed and Lorraine Warren story. And this is, I think, based on, they did do a book, The Devil Made Me Do It, about essentially the true story. And I think they're actually reissuing it because they've been out of publication. And, this movie has Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga returning as the Warrens. And I think this one, I don't know, it's just with the director is Michael Chavez. And he was the one that directed the La Llorona, which was pretty bad. And this is better than that, but still, he's not as good a director as James Wan. James Wan's amazing. And Michael Chavez isn't. It's just the direction is not as good, and the quality of the film is not as good. But I still kind of did enjoy it. Because it's a different angle, because essentially there's this kid that is possessed, and they go to, exorcise him, exorcise, not exorcise, but essentially the older sister of the little kid, her boyfriend is there, and he takes the demon into himself, and then he murders someone. And then essentially they're trying to claim in court that, the devil made him do it, that it was innocent, not guilty because of possession. And, there's some fun stuff. It becomes almost a little bit less of a horror and more of a mystery suspense. Because essentially, most of the other stuff, there is the demon that came in here, or there was a haunting, there was a dead witch that had cursed the house or whatever. But this, essentially, there is a very live witch, demon worshiper, devil worshiper, that is cursing these people and is building these totems and calling a demon in them to kill someone and take their soul, essentially. And it's kind of a cool way to do it. It's very different from the other ones. And I like that you have a more active villain. It's kind of like a counter to Vera Farmiga, she's Lorraine Warren is a psychic for God, and the other person is a psychic for the demon, for the devil, and I like bits of that, but I think where this movie falls completely flat is that it's not scary at all. It's not even that creepy, and I really there's hardly any scares in it. And they did a couple of those jump scares and fake jump scares and it's there. Oh no, it's there, but they're not done well. A good jump scare has a pace to it. Michael Chavez doesn't have it. I think James Wan is great on those even though I don't love jump scares, his jump scares are the best. And I think the other biggest problem is that there's no creativity in the beings that are haunting them. In all the Conjuring films and in the Insidious movies, the best parts are the demons or the things that are doing the haunting. They're so creative and original and different. And I know, in the first one, the Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2, they're so interesting that there's potentially things you can branch off and make movies out of. But for this one, The Devil Made Me Do It, what could you make a movie out of? Oh, you could make a movie about the random naked dead fat guy. Oh, that'd be a good movie. Random naked dead fat guy. The Conjuring. Like, and it's stupid. It's just like they go to a morgue and the demon summoner like awakens the body of a naked random dead fat guy in the morgue and runs after him. Look, I'm naked and I'm fat. Ooh. And hey, if you are making a movie about that, hit me up. I could be your random naked dead fat guy. And the only other characters are essentially demonized versions of the possessed. Like they're all wrinkled and their makeup and they might have dagger teeth. And that's it, literally. There's nothing scary. And there's nothing creative. And it's just, funny. I still enjoy my time with it. But the more I thought about it, the less I liked it. I think because this is the time I've been in the theater, like, in a long time. And actually, this is the first time with a little bit more of a crowd. The first time the theater was essentially empty, except for me and my brother. This time there was a little bit more of a crowd. But it just, so I kind of liked it during it. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I will never probably go back to this. Like, I'll always go back to Conjuring 1 and Conjuring 2. But I don't think I'll ever go back to this film to watch it again. And that's sad. That's disappointing. But I still did like the characters. I liked some of the stuff that they're kind of turning more into the Warrens. Like, they're looking like how, like, images of them, And the big story is that Patrick Wilson is, like, in the beginning, like, the demon kind of, like, damages his heart. So the whole film he's kind of weaker, and he's, like, can't really be the shoulder for Lorraine to lean on as much. And so, yeah, maybe the scariest part of this film is heart disease. And, that's all you can say, really. I'd probably give like a 6.5 out of 10. Like, if you like horror movies, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's just not scary. And it's almost more disappointing if you love the Conjuring films, because it's not a great one, I don't know. It's interesting, but at the same time, I almost wanted to, because this one, I think especially, is about a real story. This is played by Rory O'Connor. Like, his character literally murdered someone, and I don't really believe in the God or the devil that much. I was raised Lutheran, and I don't really believe in that anymore. And I mean, I can believe in it in a movie because it's a movie. It's the world in the movie. But for this, it's like, I almost think, that maybe when they even setting it up. The one thing, though, they do have, at the end of the film, they play audio from the exorcism of the little kid, and it is creepy. It may be the creepiest thing in the whole movie. But, like, the actual murder is essentially, they even show it in the film, like, he's like really kind of sick. He doesn't feel good, and then there's the guy that owns the kennel where him and his girlfriend are living and working at. Like, he gets them drunk, and they're both drunk and partying, and he starts getting handsy with the guy's girlfriend, and then he murders them. Like, is that just what happened? It just maybe it was a coincidence that it occurred a little bit after the exorcism of the little girl's brother, the girl's little brother. It's just sometimes when you think about the actual true story aspect of it, it kind of bothers me more, But what are you gonna do? I'd probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see any more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.